Hey everybody! So I have moved on from the 2022 Orca Award winners named over at Diary of a Crossword Fiend, and I'm going to start working my way through some of the recommendations for indie crosswords by Will Nediger, who does a monthly feature at Bewilderingly, which is his crossword blog, of kind of like a handful of crosswords from each month that he thinks are particularly good. So it's not a year-end list like I was looking at before, but and I'm not going to do every single one that he lists. I think he does like 5 to 8, something like that in that neighborhood. I'll probably pick and choose. But this should be fun. So I used to be deeper into the world of indie crosswords and like looking at every single person with every blog maybe 4 or 5 years ago. I fell out of that a little bit. I got a new job, got married, just spent less time with crosswords and kind of stuck with the New York Times, the AV Club, some of the bigger outlets. So this will be a nice little visit into this world. And maybe I'll find some outlets I really like. A lot of these constructors' names I recognize because they'll publish in places like New York Times and AV Club, but they also have kind of solo their own sites. So this first one I'm looking at was his recommendation from January. Just to follow the theme that I was doing on the Orca Awards, I'm just going to look through the 2022 ones. I'm going to start in January. So this is a puzzle by Kate Chin Park at her blog, schmosswords, and we've already looked at a Kate Chin Park puzzle. I think she won one of the Orca Awards this past year. This is a co-construction with Brian Thomas, and I'll put a link to her blog in the comments. So Kate Chin Park, again, I've already looked at a puzzle on this channel by her. She publishes all over. Not quite sure what to expect in terms of like difficulty level, themeless. I don't even know if this is themed or not. The text on her blog that she puts with this is trying to imagine how we can possibly introduce this LMAO. Brian, I have no idea how to introduce this either. Hi, Brian and Kate made, we think it's a puzzle. Makes it sound interesting. So let's see what this is like. Okay. So number one, museum piece, question mark, which makes me think it's that, makes me think of that urinal, that like Dada urinal piece, but I don't remember what that's called. Blanky Tacos, San Diego restaurant whose logo is a potato wearing a sombrero. Is that like papas y tacos? Is that the Spanish word? Oh, is this Piss Christ? A famously controversial piece of art from, I think, the 90s, and I think somebody found out it had some public funding behind it. Adjectival phrase in golf. Wind speed measuring device that Kate can't pronounce, but then again she can't pronounce those underwater flower thingies either. Okay? This is another thing with indie crosswords. You'll see clues that are more informal than the New York Times, funnier, more interesting sometimes. Philly Bus and Train Agency, that sounds like it should be a sewage company. I should know that. Contribute startup money. That's probably anti sea lion or sea cow. In one? See one's way out. Jafar Yago hooks me, so the sidekicks. Net alternative, I'm going to assume, is calm. Plan which often doesn't include eye or teeth coverage, because America, maybe an HMO. Some kind of meter. Anemometer? I think like anima is the Latin word for breath. In one? Is that a phrase in golf? Should be a sewage company. Silta? We'll come back to that. Best Buy offerings. What people in the Coda community are typically fluent in. Coda is, it's like Community of Deaf Americans or something like deaf people, so ASL. Nuh-uh. It isn't, maybe? They're getting rid of lots. Sellers? Like auctioneer type of things? Okay. Numero di tre? Is that like Italian for 3? Is this an L? Mobile. Pope Mobile. No, this is SEPTA. So there's something tricky going on here. C1's way out, Pope Mobile. Again, that introduction text that was on the site, something weird is going to happen. Rebates? Is that what Best Buy offers? Control group. Washington Capitals Alexander familiarly. No. Drank too much wine and traded work horror stories maybe. Stand-up guy. Moved sideways in video games. Is that strafed? Bakery emanations, aromas. That very specific word like bakery emanations. Usually going to be an aroma. Fairy type Pokemon trainer with a straight fire lavender and mint umbrella. I know very little about Pokemon. Raise your voice towards perhaps. It's like something at, probably. Death of a salesman protagonist, Willie Loman. Converse. Okay. Spokane fast food restaurant that ironically is extremely slow. This is the end of this is the end of the line? Is there like zap? Extremely something fast. Leader of a Jama'ah prayer. Is that an imam? Not familiar with that. Garment that might be 6 times longer than its wearer is tall. Sorry, probably. Made a face like Greg Pikitis in Parks and Rec. Maybe smirked? I don't remember who Greg is in Parks and Rec. Something to pass or raise. By each other's side until the end. Brocade material often. Silk, maybe? Converse. Maybe snap at is fairy type, could be opal, and maybe con is like Comic-Con fan. I'm a big fan. Pass or raise the bar. Okay. Parallel, by each other's side till the end. Yeah, okay. Fight of fancy. Word that would trigger a yes from your Times crossword checker if this puzzle were in the Times. Okay, control group. Something triangle. Oh, love triangle? Oh, is this Alexander Ovechek? Ove? I do not know hockey at all, and I don't even know if this is hockey. Control group. Lighten up. What is New York Times crossword checker? Check. I'm not actually familiar with this. I assume this is a Twitter account. Oh, tit? Is this a botnet? Alright. Maybe bonded? Stand-up guy. Well, rip the horned blank celebrity lizard. Horned toad. Like the ball of liquid mercury in a toy maze Kate had as a kid and probably didn't do her brain any harm at all, right? Not sure. Bodie McBoatface prefix if it carried letters for the Queen. HMS, I assume. Declaración de Amor. So declaration of love. I would have thought like Te Amo or something. Dabda components. This is like denial, something, bargaining, depression, acceptance. Why didn't the miner like their job? It was a bore. Okay. Naked mole rat is my guess here. BT, Sir Brian Thomas. The F is a blank. KCP, lol, I think it's a medical device or something. It's the name of a major medical publication. I think it's, I was going to say Lancet? Gorgeous brick house, perhaps. Maybe Lego? Yes, stages of grief. Brian Peter, George St. John, La Baptiste de la Salle Ina. I know that from the MGMT song. I guess it's Yo Te Amo. Four color theorem application that I think is a map thing. This answer is nuts. Macadamias. Lego art. Approach for a fixer-upper owner, DIY. Potty train. I guess this is Edward James Olmos. I know him as an actor. I didn't know he directed. House Passage. Astronomer and mathematician. I think it's Omar. Resistance figures, probably ohms. Flying Pigeon Bicycle Company Home. China, I guess. Breaking point. Umami is the essence of deliciousness. Cut is a breaking point? Oh, SN. Oh, Q, I guess. American Me. I don't know what ECT is, though. Oh. All right. Lighten up. Tearing sound. Schubert, NBA and Dancing with the Stars, don't know. Wordle, e.g. This was, yeah, early 2021. Actually, it was early 2022. I guess it was probably, this puzzle was finished in 2021. So this like the height of the fad of Wordle, although I still do it daily. Insert funniest movie you can think of, songs, blank, the motion picture. Discussed terms, maybe. Nintendo Switch, blank. Portland to Portland. Direction, so, man, is that Easter, like, is it going from Maine to Oregon or Oregon to Maine? Mini skirt pattern, so Minnie Mouse has a polka dot skirt. Nintendo Switch Lite, maybe? Discuss terms, maybe met. Songs from the motion picture. Is this tearing sound, not tearing, so it's a sniffle, which makes us east. Okay, stand-up guy. Pains, pines, pones, peens. Do I have something wrong here? Like the ball of liquid mercury in a toy maze. This EHY is making me nervous. But HMS, if it carried letters for the Queen, is this Royal Mail Service, not Her Majesty Service? Silvery, maybe. Tia Maria? Is that something? Oh, 11? I don't know what Peens is, though. Is that related to penis? Ovi. Ah, I spelled it wrong. Okay. And all right, I have a mistake somewhere. And I have no idea where, so I'm just going to reveal where it is. Ah, I spelled macadamia nuts wrong. House Passage Act. Okay. That's why I looked at it and had no idea what was going on. Okay. Yeah, this was fun. So, a wee little puzzle. Was there a theme here that I missed? Love Triangle, Hope Mobile. Oh, see one's way out. Is that like the Holy See? One's way out? Oof. Okay, well, I guess Piss Christ is P related. Penis, potty train. There's a lot of, yeah, urine related stuff going on here. Okay, yeah, this was a fun one. I'm sure I will read a description of it and see that there was some sort of theme I missed. Okay, this title refers, yeah, Will Nediger puts a little discussion. So the title refers not to the puzzle size, which is standard 15-15, but to the paired entries of Piss, Christ, and Potty Train. Okay. So it's the theme, but it's not like a super dense theme with like 4 or 5 themers. Yeah, other highlights here. great clue for Popemobile, which I already pointed out. Fight a fancy love triangle. Yeah, that was a tricky one, but figured it out. Yeah, the Portland to Portland direction, he points out east or west, and it ended up being east. Yeah, so it's not quite a themeless. There is a light theme going on here, but yeah, this was a fun one. Okay, so like I said, I'm going to work through some more of these kind of indie crossword highlights that Will Nediger has posted. Again, there are like a handful every month, so I could be doing this for a while. Okay, otherwise, thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this, subscribe or check out some of my other videos. Otherwise, have a good one.